Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is L.W.U.M, man, and I always stow my world up. And since we last been on Channel 28, I think it's been 2 years, it's been a lot of murders, but now we're the #1 murder state. So again, we're back on the TV. This is a special. And we just want to actually show what we've been doing since then. And I'm going to really let the guy of the hour take over. It's Mike Wynn. It's a promoter from out of town. And he's just going to give us a little insight on what everybody needs to be doing with their music or what they can be doing. And there's a big void. So we're going to hope today that he can come fill that void for us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Wynn, and the name of my company is Wynn of Wynn Situations. And I do music business management for record labels, producers, and artists all around the country. And I'm blessed to do this as a full-time job. I'm 53 years old. I started my career as a rapper back in 1981, so I'm first-generation hip-hop. And I went into the Army, got out of the Army, started a rap group. We were able to tour and put out records and perform in front of major label artists. It was great. One day I woke up and realized I was corny, and I put the mic down. Okay, and I got into the business side. And one of the ways I marketed myself, my consulting business, was that I started doing free music business workshops. And so this literature in front of you is part of the workshop that I will do. I conduct the workshops at libraries across the country, and I put the emphasis on it being free. You come to the workshop, and we go over a workbook that's similar to this cheat sheet, and I'm empowering my people at the same time it brands me, okay? And so I'd like to go over this with you. And the first thing, the 5 points. I always tell my clients and anyone that will listen that there are 5 points to success. One is realistic goals, the resources, organization, the talent, and the patience. Notice how talent's not first, because everybody and their mama can sing and rap, and nobody cares. If you don't have a realistic goal, if you don't have the money, if you don't have a team, and you don't have the patience, it really doesn't matter, okay? Another point, let's go into the team. You need a president, a business manager, artist management, legal, financing, accounting, music production, mastering, marketing, graphics, viral promotions, distribution and sales, photography, video, website, manufacturing, and interns. If you're wearing too many hats, if your name is placed more than 3 times, 3 question marks indicate there's too many holes in your team. So a lot of times I've noticed that talking third person about humans, that we become cheap, distrustful, we think we know everything, and we don't like anybody telling us what to do. So if you're going to be in a leadership role, your goal is to fill in these blanks, okay? And your name should not be on here more than 3 times. And if you find yourself on there more than 3 times, you're spreading yourself thin, especially if you're the artist. You can't be the artist and do the accounting and do the marketing. You need to be a general and delegate that, okay? But having a team is really important. Another piece is the action plan. This is just a brief example of an action plan, and that action plan is when you have a weekly business meeting, what are we going to be discussing? What are our goals? What are we going to be trying to do? LLC, EIN, banking, and legal. That has nothing to do with music, but if you don't have the structure put in place, there's a good chance that your project's going to fail because you don't have structure, okay? Just putting out music and spending money and putting it on YouTube is not enough. And if you don't want to do the business part, then it's just a hobby. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make money and get a return on your investment, you need to get an LLC, an EIN, get a bank account, and get some legal. A business and sales and marketing plan, you need to map out what it is you're going to be doing. I don't care if your budget's $1,000 over 2 months or $15,000 over 6 months. Map it out. Map out that $15,000. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Single and video productions. We live in a day and age that the single-driven market, and it's visual. You got to have a video. You got to have a single. Graphics, photo shoot, and bio. We're going to make sure we have professional graphics. And when I say professional graphics, think about it when you look at any packaging from Coca-Cola to McDonald's to anything. If that packaging looks generic, you're not going to buy that product, okay? Photo shoot. That says a lot about your image that you want the world to portray. And again, it can't be a photo from your phone. It has to be a professional photo shoot. Bio. Tell us a little bit about yourself. 3 short paragraphs. Single and video promotions. We got to get that single and video promoted. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, YouTube has made it possible for independents to get out there, but there are other avenues besides YouTube. Okay, single promotions, radio, internet, street teaming. We're gonna get into that in a minute. Touring. I use the term "get off the plantation." You got to get off of your market. A lot of times we get in this situation, we're only worried about our hometown. But I tell my clients, you need to work your market, at least within a 200-mile radius. You need to go do interviews, shows, meet and greets, meet people, okay? The next piece is a budget example. I'm breaking down, the line next to it would be the fee that would go with it. So you need an LLC. That average price ranges from $100 to $150 depending on the state. Company publishing, you need to get established publishing for your company. That fee goes from $50 to $250. Copyrights, that's $55. Legal consultant, depending on the lawyer or somebody like me, that fee can go from $1,500 to $25 or $5,000. Music production. If you're buying music, you're buying the beats, that needs to be a number on that. Your recording session, your mastering. I run into a lot of artists that don't master their music. And to me, if I play your music and I have to turn it up, and then I play somebody else's music, now I got to turn it down, that meant your music wasn't mastered. And a lot of times I hear fried chicken and bacon popping in the back, and you did not master your music, and a DJ's not going to want to play your record, okay? CD units is kind of dated, but that's still a mix for promos. Download cards, t-shirts, website, photography, video, graphics, stage banner, radio promotions, video promotions, DJ pools, a record release budget, a publicist, printing, and tour support. You need to map out what this thing is going to cost you. And if you're going to push a single, I always say nowadays, for an average single in your own market, you can spend anywhere from $15,000 to $5,000 just in your market on an independent. On a major label push, you can spend up to $1 million going across the country, around the world. So it varies, depends on your resources, but you got to have a budget. Marketing methods, viral promotions, mobile media device, radio, vending tables, street teams, release parties, DJ pools, touring, EPK, television ads, stage banner, viral retail banners, video promotions, billboards, mass transit, single mixtape release, networking, and word of mouth. There's an analogy I like to use with marketing. The consumer needs to be hit over the head at least 4 or 5 times before they respond. And I'll use the cookie analogy. If I'm in my car and I listen to a commercial about some cookies, I don't pay no attention to it. I go home, I turn the TV on. I see the commercial about the cookies. I don't pay no attention to it. I'm in the grocery store. I'm going down the aisle. I see those cookies. I don't pay no attention to it. The next day, I'm hungry and I want some cookies. What cookies I'm going to buy? The cookies I was hit over the head with. So all these methods are how you can hit the consumer over the head repeatedly before they respond. So in this day and age, yeah, I seen you on Facebook. I didn't friend you. I didn't think nothing of it. Then I seen you on Twitter. I was like, oh, there's that guy I seen on Facebook. Then I seen you at the show, and you did a great show. Man, let me go buy his product. But you got to hit the consumer over the head because you're competing with Netflix, people's paying bills. You're competing with rent, cookies. You have so many things. Why should a consumer spend money on you? And they're going to buy stuff based upon branding. And you branded yourself in their brain that they want your product, whether it be a T-shirt, a hat. On that note, I mean, this gentleman was talking about branding. He's doing merchandise. And I think this day and age, merchandise is one of the revenue streams that are important in the music business, music publishing, and getting return on your taxes. I really love that return on my taxes because if you do this budget and you spend $5,000 and you didn't get anything back, Uncle Sam is saying on your personal taxes, I'll allow you to deduct that on your taxes. So now to me, that's just as important as getting your song on the radio. I'm serious. Getting some money back from your taxes and a return on your investment is what this is all about. And this is the music business, not the music hobby. And I get a personal satisfaction when some of my clients, a lot of my clients, all of them, get a return on their taxes. And I get a personal satisfaction when they're doing a show and they have a vending table and they're selling product. I don't know how many times I've been to shows and seen artists perform and they didn't have nothing for me to buy because all the record stores have closed. How can I buy your product if you don't sell it at your show? Publishing, that money lasts forever. There's 2 different types of publishing. There's songwriter publishing and there's company publishing. Songwriter publishing is free. You fill out the application on BMI or ASCAP, free for the songwriter. Company publishing runs from $250 to $250, and that works like almost like a union. They're saying every time your music is played, we're going to give you a percentage of the licensing fee we're charging that radio station, that TV station, that music venue. And to me, when you don't collect your publishing, it's like not collecting your unemployment, because they're already taking the licensing fee from that company. And when you don't handle your business and fill out the publishing application, you're not going to get your money. And that money, when you don't do your publishing, that's like taking money out of your great-great-grandkid's mouth. And publishing lasts forever. And I'm blessed that I can collect a publishing check every 3 months for a record I put out back in 1991. And that check comes in, and knock on wood, if I should pass away, my daughters get that money. And I tell artists and songwriters and producers, the way it works is every time a song is played on the radio, a penny goes to the songwriter who filled out the free form. A penny goes to the producer who filled out the free form. 2 pennies goes to the company that put it out. Every time it's played on the radio, every time college radio, internet radio, every time you perform that song live at a venue, you get a royalty. That's real money. And a lot of times, artists have this misconception about what success is. Success is not you getting a major label record deal. That dream is gone. Nobody gets a label deal anymore. You do your own thing first and make a success, and then them people knock on your door. And they don't want to be involved with somebody that just got a demo and not making no buzz. You got to make your own buzz first, make your own money first, then that happens for you. But that takes a grind, and you have to be consistent. Artists come and go. People put out songs and wait for a year and 2 years and then put something else out. If you're not consistent, you're just another artist, and nobody cares. You come and you go. And if y'all sit here and think about how many artists have you seen come and go in your lifetime, in your careers, on major label and independent. And in not being consistent is one of the main drawbacks to an artist not succeeding. You can be corny and consistent and still win. We know some corny artists on the radio right now. I don't like 21 Savage, but I appreciate his grind.
This is E-Live. I'm back again. And we're going to break for a commercial break. We'll be back with Mike Wynn. He has a mouthful, and it's interesting that we need this. Wilmington needs this. So we're going to break for a commercial, and we'll be back after these messages. Global Money Getters is where they build and bridge the gap with the everyday people in all walks of life. The brand is not just a fit, it now has become a fashion. With the latest shirts and different styles on display, everybody can wear a brand, think big, look global, and feel good at the same time. Global Money Getters. To pick any of these hot items, P.O. Box 6127, Wilmington, Delaware, 19804. Phone 302-397-7599. Instagram Keys_GMG. Global Money Getters. It's not just a fit, it's a fashion. Ow! Everybody in the world. Okay, we're back with the L.W.U.M TV special, and we have Mike Wynn with a lot more information. You guys better get this. This is for you guys. This is for Wilmington, Delaware.
Knowledge is power. And the old saying is that our people are dying from lack of knowledge. And what I like to do is take some questions, if you guys have some questions for me.
Yes.
All right.
So as far as producer-wise, like, do you just need to have a BMI and that's it, or you need to have more than that?
It's twofold. First of all, it's threefold. Say you make that beat. You just made that beat, and you got an artist that's ready to go record it. First thing you need to do is tag it. You know, when you record it and inside the computer you give that an ID, you need to give that song an ID with your name on it. And if you notice, when you tag the music like that, it won't leave. You know what I'm talking about? When you tag it, yeah. Nobody else can take that tag off, or it'll disrupt the file. Or right. That's the first step. Second step is you need to do a split sheet. Whereas you sign a split sheet saying that I own 50% of this music, this is my publishing company, you sign it, the artist that you're recording with, he signs his name, he's down with his publishing, you get a copy, he gets a copy. And you use that in case somebody gets brand new and don't give you your credit. Split sheets are real important. I call that copyright on the spot. The third piece is you need to go ahead and copyright it. Even though you did that split sheet, you still need to file a copyright. So I would say instead of filing a copyright for that one song for $55, why don't you just copyright a volume of your beats? And what is cool about the United States Copyright Office is that they will let you copyright a volume of music for one price of $55 instead of just copyrighting one beat. So you could copyright 100 beats. Okay. The third step is go ahead on BMI or ASCAP's site and you fill out the application. ASCAP, if you do the songwriting with them, it's for free. And if you do the company with them, they'll let you do it for $50. Okay. BMI will let you do the songwriter for free, but they want $250 for the company. So they were competing. So, you know, I like ASCAP better because they're just known more worldwide, but BMI is just as good. You know what I mean? You have to make that decision yourself. But explain it to you. Tag the music, split sheet, copyright, fill out the application. And then when you sign a production agreement, that's the last piece. You sign a production agreement with your artist saying, listen, this is my music. These are your lyrics. We're going to go 50-50 on this song or whatever the split is in the production agreement. You need to go ahead and have some standard production agreements in your file on your computer that you whip out for anybody. I don't care if it's your brother, your mother, your friend off the street. They got to fill out this production agreement. And they're going to say on that production agreement, they're going to give you your credits. And that's how you get your publishing.
Right.
Because when the song is played, they're going to give the penny to the artist, penny to the producer, 2 pennies to the company. But if you don't copyright it, you don't fill out your publishing application, y'all know the term, you're going to out. Next question.
What's the EPK distribution?
EPK stands for Electronic Press Kit. And there are a lot of services that will do one for you. Online, they'll do one. SoundCloud will do one for you. All the music sites will do EPK. But to me, I'm old school. And when I'm booking an artist or promoting an artist, I want to be able to send to the DJ, the promoter, the record label, a EPK. And the EPK is a bio one sheet with a picture, 3 paragraphs of you on it, 3 paragraphs about you. At the bottom, your social media contacts, your contact information, all that's on a JPEG file, a professionally graphic file, a video link, your website link, your social media links. That's an EPK to me. Bio, MP3 links. And that's something that you would email to someone. That's an EPK. The days of the physical bio in a paper are over. Nobody does that anymore. It'll end up in the trash. You know what I mean? So you an EPK, electronic press kit. You know, and it's very, very important because it's like almost like your resume to the world. And it's people's first impression of you. You know, and I get a lot of times people will send me EPK and they think they're doing it and they'll send me a link to Facebook. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go to Facebook. I just want to hear your music and read about you. Another one that I'm glad is over with, but it's still pertinent, is people will send you to a .piff site to hear their music. I don't want to go to .piff because when I go to .piff, I'm going to end up looking at Lil Wayne's mixtape. I'm going to do other things. I'm going to forget about I went to that site. SoundCloud is pretty cool. That's one of the links. And I think part of the EPK is real important for you to have your website, because at your website, that's like your store. That's like your window to the world. And nowadays, websites don't need to be expensive. They could be one page. You know what I mean? I think an EPK is something that is standard in the industry now. It's like your resume. You want me to know about you, and we know what's going to happen when you send your music to a DJ. He's going to Google you first. When you send your music to a promoter, he's going to Google you. He's going to look you up. And part of that EPK is helping him looking you up and finding out about your business. Okay? All right, next question.
About these solutions, how does billboards and stuff like that work?
I want to use a good example. If you ever been to Atlanta, and Atlanta has this highway that's in a circle that circles the whole city. And you go down there, I remember going down there years ago, and So Def was doing their thing. And what Jermaine Dupri and them did is he bought billboards around the whole circle. And billboards are expensive, and they run on a monthly rate first you got to pay for the graphics and the setup fee, and they average $2,500 and up, depending on what you're doing. That's just the setup fee, and then the monthly fee to maintain it. They go from $1,500 up a month, depending on if it's a high traffic location. If you're talking about a high traffic location, it's going to be more expensive. I don't like to see a billboard promotions, but you don't have a website. I don't want to see a billboard promotions and you don't have a single that I can buy on iTunes and Amazon. You know what I mean? And so all that goes hand in hand. And I really like billboards if you can afford it. But it's almost like a cherry on top to the other promotions that you're doing. You know what I mean? I think marketing, it can be expensive, but at the same time, it has to be consistent. You know, that's very good questions. Any more questions? Okay. I want to thank you guys for letting me speak. And my workshops usually work around 2 hours. We go over this workbook, and I love doing them for free. And it's very informative, and I love empowering my people. And before I leave, I want to go see the Harriet Tubman Memorial, because that's my spiritual grandmother, and she told me to get out there and teach your people. And I want to do that, and I do them all around the country, and I haven't been here. And just by the attentiveness of everybody, I know that there's a need for it, and I would love to come here. Thank you very much.
How's everybody doing? This is L.W.U.M, man, and we're back with the L.W.U.M special. And I hope y'all enjoyed Mike Wynn and us bringing him from Richmond, Virginia, to give everybody an educational piece. But right now, we're sitting here with Kason Miller, Wilmington's own, the Prince of Delaware, professional recording artist. And we just want to talk a little bit with you right now. Where are you at right now in your music career, right now as we speak?
Yes, well, right now, right now, I've been signed for about the past 9 to 10 months, and we've definitely done a lot. We performed at the August Quarterly. We've done War Cry 3. We did a special on Comcast for my new single, Change and Evolve. And then we got the video ready.
Okay. So, what is the newest project that you're working on? What is the newest track that you're working on right now?
So my newest track that I'm working on right now is my single Change and Evolve, and this track it's a lot of meaning behind it. It's so much that's going on in the city right now, and this is something that is needed. You know what I mean? Because we all have to be able to change, to evolve, to take it to that next level. You know what I mean? So this is something that I'm giving to the world to be able to make things a little better, to see something different. It was a lot of trials, tribulations. It was a process. Within the past, I say, year of my life, everything really changed for me. From my home situation, work, everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I really had to be able to connect to my God to be able to see what I needed to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's what put me in this process of changing. You know what I mean? And I started to look at things differently. I started to think before I spoke. You know what I mean? I started changing my life around and the way I went about things, which caused all this to happen.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the future?
In the future, man, definitely spreading the word, man. Spreading the word, touring, going around country to country, just giving nothing but positivity and light. You know what I mean? Showing the way.
Okay.
For people like me, because I'm only 22.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So me being so young, and I'm no different from anybody else. You know what I mean? So if I can get it being in the same situations as them and living in the same environment, going through some of the same things that these people go through day to day, you know what I mean? And being able to change my mindset and slow down and think about the decisions that I'm about to make, that's what really does
important.
it. Yeah.
So where can we go see this world premiere?
You can check it out live now. L.W.U.M Entertainment Group, Volume Records, Jabari Chancellor Productions, and D Souls. Change and Evolve, world premiere, ladies and gentlemen.
C-H-A-N-G-E, then we E-V-O-L-V-E. We got a C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E. C-H-A-N-G-E, then we E-V-O-L-V-E. We got a C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E. In my city where we getting busy, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, but I love my city. And see, the problem is we really don't see the vision. No, we don't see the picture flash on, but we get a mirror. Hands up, but they still kill us. In 2017 is getting realer. Mama in the kitchen making dinner, Daddy on the phone when she was with us. It's a cold world, so zip up your zipper, zip up your zipper. Now just believe you'll be bigger and better, and I promise you'll be better and better. Never forget it, count your blessings, know that he did it, and I never could, ever forget it. No, oh, 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 we got it, bro. Oh, 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 so here we go. Oh, oh, hey, got a stick, so don't forget, we gotta move it slow. C-H-A-N-G-E, C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E. C-H-A-N-G-E, then we E-V-O-L-V-E. We got a C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E. Take a look, what you see? A land full of kings and queens, but equal beings and jealousy really ain't the thing to be. How you gonna make it in a triple C? They control you, confuse you, convince you, then feel you, then you do everything they want to, instead of what you really meant to be. Just think about it and just take it from me. But why the man had to die? Why the girl had to die? Then we look to the top and we get a surprise that we can never be got, but don't determine my life. But one thing for sure is what we came here for. All the kings and queens, all the royalty, cause we are royalty. It's the thing to be the whale in the sea, and just ride the waves to your destiny. And that's C-H-A-N-G-E, then we E-V-O-L-V-E. We got a C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E. C-H-A-N-G-E, then we E-V-O-L-V-E. We got a C-H-A-N-G-E, just the E-V-O-L-V-E.
Wow, man, that was a dope video, man. I'm moved by it. You know, seemed like something great for the city.
Yeah.
I seen a lot of stuff going on. People really take advantage of Mike Wynn coming in with win-win situations.
Yes.
I think that's something so needed. And I'm gonna piggyback off of that. And I want to say this: L.W.U.M Consulting is here for Wilmington, Delaware, as well. What we do now is we set businesses up for free. So if you have a dream and a vision and a piece of paper, then you can set your legacy up for free. You can get in touch with us at 302-444-7352. And that's L.W.U.M, man. And this has been L.W.U.M TV.
C-H-A-N-G